This is the mastery topic video for topics 7 and 8. So number 7, find the domain and range of a quadratic. Finding the domain of a quadratic is nice because it will always be negative infinity to positive infinity. You can put in any number in for x and you will always get an output for y. However, we will have a restriction on our range. If we look to try to close in our graph, we can say that the lowest value is at y equals -1. However, if we go to the top of that box, we have arrows that go forever up towards positive infinity. So our starting point, we always go bottom to top, is at y equals -1 inclusive, and then goes to positive infinity. Remember, with infinity, we always use parentheses for interval notation. For our second example, again, we can quickly just write domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. Except this time we have a parabola that was reflected over the x-axis, so it's upside down. So this time the top of the graph is bounded and the bottom goes down towards negative infinity forever. So the one thing that really trips people up with this is we like to go from the value to infinity, but negative infinity has to come first because it always goes from the bottom to the top, or lowest y value to highest y value. So we start at negative infinity, and then the top of our graph hits +4 inclusive, so we use a bracket. For mastery topic number 8, we have a lot of different instructions. So the first step says, for example 1, find the vertex. So we're going to use x equals -b over 2a to find the x value of the vertex, and then plug in that x value to the function to find y. So my b value is going to be +12, but there is a negative on the outside, and my a value is -3. When I simplify -12 over -6, I get +2. Then I plug that back into the function to find my y value. My y value ends up being 22. So my vertex is 22. Now I'm asked the question, does it have a max or min? What is the opening direction? So we look at the a value. In this case, my a value is -3. The most important part being that it's negative. So that means it's sad, it's going to open down, therefore it has a maximum. We have already solved for the axis of symmetry because we've already used the formula. That's going to be x equals 2. That is that vertical line that allows us to plot more points just by reflecting them over that axis of symmetry. So example 1 was in standard form. Let's look at something in vertex form. It's much easier to find the vertex in vertex form because it is embedded into the formula. So via transformations, this says left 5, down 10, so that means my vertex is -5, -10. Finding the max or min in the opening direction, we need to look at the a value, which is equal to 4. Because it's positive, it opens up and has a min. As far as the axis of symmetry, it's just x equals the x value of the vertex, which we already found was -5. That concludes the video for 7 and 8.